Alright, hello, welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video here. Today we are going to be doing a how hard can the unit hit video. And this time around, we are going to be doing the new Super Easy A Blue Kaioken Goku. Now, he is a great stacker, which is very nice. However, it is going to be a little odd to do this. I'm not going to lie. And the reason for that being, unfortunately, I have to look at this buff, the third attacker in the turn, sort of in a way that I would look at like a Pod Frieza, where it's like you need to fight a low-class warrior. It's like, and he gets the attack, which is obviously really good, but I don't know that I'm really going to be able to take advantage of this buff. It really sucks that it's specifically tied to slot 3. It really should have been like slot 2 as well. But it is what it is. Because the thing is, if I keep him on rotation every turn, obviously, he's going to have more chances to super overall. So I think he will actually have more stacks staying on rotation, even though we're losing out on a guaranteed additional. But it is what it is, right? Now, I did also... I've been pretty bad about doing these recently, which I do apologize. But I did also just get done a bit later than expected, but recording the defense stacking for Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I'm hoping I can get both those out today, although that one I did experience a little bit of technical issues at the end there, so I'll have to figure that out. But that being said, right, I do think this guy could look pretty good. We'll see. I actually have not gotten around to using him at all yet. So I am pretty excited to see what we are able to see. And it's just... certain things I do wonder if we'll be able to take advantage of. Like, some of these attacks. It's like, he does lose HP, but that really scales well with the new Kaioken Goku. Not that I like the new Kaioken Goku. And I don't have the new Kaioken Goku. So the Vegito 220 setup is the best I can do. I obviously would like to do double Gogeta, because the 2 active skills is the best thing you can do, but I can't do double Gogeta because, he's not on Gogeta's 220. And I actually haven't shown my build yet. Here's my build for him. I do think it's pretty good. Should work pretty well here. But I suppose we shall see. That all being said, let's just jump in. Let's get going. I think he's gonna cook. Now, I do actually have Super Saiyan, God Goku, which this is a perfect starting rotation, as the sort of link partner. He's actually the best link partner that I have for Kaioken Goku, but I'm not sure how it's gonna go. Well, I suppose what I mean by that is he's a 6 out of 7 link partner, which is good, but the 7 out of 7 is the new Kaioken Goku, which once again I do not have, so this is the best I can do. Now, what is... I'm definitely gonna have to wait to rock this until later on. The starter turn defense is not that impressive, to say the bare minimum, but we'll work with what we got, right? Now, this is what I mean. Like, if I keep him on rotation here, turn 1, I get a stack this turn. I get a guaranteed stack, I suppose I should say. I can get a guaranteed stack this turn. I can get a guaranteed stack next turn. And then, so on and so forth, right? If I have him in slot 3, I get 2 guaranteed stacks, which does increase the odds of getting the sort of hidden potential as well, to be fair. And then, on turn 4, I can, get another 2 guaranteed stacks on turn 7. It's just that once you, add it up over time, I do think, having the character appear every 2 turns instead of every 3 turns will lead to more stacks, but I suppose well, honestly, I'm starting to think about this now. Maybe I should actually like try and calculate this out, because I do want to get as much stacks as possible. Because it is a guaranteed super, right? It's hard to want to pass up on, but I do want to make sure we get as much as possible. Here, let me actually, I'm going to cut away, and I'm going to, I'm actually going to count how many guaranteed super differences we would have. And maybe if it's not as big as I think it'll be, then I will keep them. So we'll see. I'll be right back. Okay. This is a little odd for me. I do like to keep the stacking character on rotation, obviously, to get as much stacks as possible. But he works weird. I just, I did actually think about it a bit more. Like as far as I can tell, actually, which I really did not foresee. I know it's not exactly the hardest math. I mean, 100 divided by 2, that's 50, right? 100 divided by, and he's only getting one guaranteed super, so, roughly like 50 supers. 100 divided by 3, every 3 turns is 33, 0.33, whatever, but I am getting 2 guaranteed supers a turn, which actually puts us at 66. So I suppose technically it actually makes more sense to float him, which I've never really had before. So interesting design there, to say the least. But I actually guess it does make more sense to float him. So I suppose that's what we'll do. And then after this turn, I guess I'll cut away for a moment, and then we'll come back and see what he is the following turn that he's on rotation. Yeah, this is just a very different for me. So, but I mean, as far as I can actually tell, I didn't think it would. I don't know. Once I actually did the sort of put the numbers in front of my face, I was like, oh wait, no, it is actually better to float him. I suppose a good way to think about it is, even though, I am seeing him a turn more every time, doing it the other way, he's getting 2 stacks a turn every time he appears, so it's kind of hard to beat. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, so we're starting off at 17.5 mil. Then we do 18.7. That's interesting.
I kind of like how human that is.
Goku! 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 Dad! Goku! It's up to you, Kakarot. Don't you fail.
I'd be curious to see if that's going to be consistent. It does appear, though. I mean, he stacked like 1.2 mil between the two, as far as I could tell, which is very interesting. Here, actually, let me cut away real quick, and which the links will be a little messed up, so his attack might look different, but we're actually going to cut away until he's back on rotation. Okay, so we are back. I didn't want to, play through the 2 turns there. I didn't really see a reason to. Now, he is actually going to have both of his attack sort of buffs from Super, so it's going to... Well, we don't have as much... well, actually, Is it just... No, I think it's Warrior Gods and Super Saiyan, right? No, it... What link does he not share? Hold on, let me check this Goku. What link was the difference? I'm forgetting. Is it over in a flash? No, How am I missing this? What link is it? There's no. Is it Kamehameha? Wait. No. Warrior God prepared for battle. It has to be prepared for battle. I'm sorry for this tangent. Okay, yes, it's prepared for battle. Jesus Christ. Okay, so I mean that one obviously does give some attack and defense, right? Yep, attack, defense, key. Which 5% we don't have there. However, we actually do have less attack from Lynx, obviously, because missing Super Saiyan and Warrior Gods, even though we have the 5% this time. But we do also have he's weird. Okay, he's weird. I'm sorry. When attacking, we do have this buff. Both of these buffs we did not have last time. So I think he actually will end up looking higher. But he's going to be a very inconsistent character. I don't know, in all honesty, if I'm going to be able to guarantee that I can get like all of the when attacking buffs, or even like the 77 or whatever percent under one. That it's really just gonna be like how it goes once we're ready to actually start recording it. So I'll see what happens. I'll do my best to be able to take advantage of his full buffs, but we do also have to have like the defense stackers like Gohan is a really good character to bring for this because he doesn't do any damage whatsoever, and he will heal. So it is kind of a bit of a balancing act. So I shall see how it goes. Now Kaioken Goku here. I'm curious, can we get the additional super, like the hidden potential? So 21 mil. So that's obviously pretty good. 22.3. Can we get the hidden potential? We do. Okay, 23.6. Very interesting. So it does look like consistently he's getting like 1.2 some odd mil per super per the stack. So that's actually really good. That's really interesting. I would not have expected that. So I mean, he could look pretty good here by the end, but this is definitely a different sort of. It feels wrong floating him, but I think mathematically it does check out, I suppose, and I didn't think it would. That yeah, we'll get more. So we're gonna stick it like this, stick through stacking this way, keep floating him. Very odd for me. It feels wrong to do, but yeah, he has a weirdly designed kit. I don't know, which, funnily enough, his weirdly designed kit I do think is better than the new Dokkan Fest, but that's a conversation for a different day. Okay, we're gonna cut away. We will be back, and we'll see just how hard Super Easy A Blue Kaioken Goku can hit. All right, so we are back. Now, Blue Kaioken Goku here. We have gotten 68 supers with. So, in terms of amount of stacks, I mean, when you compare it to someone like the 7th years or the 10th years, so on, they can get like 4 supers a turn. Obviously, he's not getting up into the 100 some odd range that they can, especially because he's weird in the sense that he's actually better floating, but I mean he's still appearing less, so it's still less time to get stacks. But for him, for his build, I would say this is probably pretty decent. Now what we're gonna do here, actually hold on real quick, you'll notice I don't have God Goku, or at least I suppose I should say AGL God Goku. Obviously this is physical God Goku. I thought he'd be a lot better. Well, maybe, how do I phrase that? Not necessarily that I thought he himself would be good, but that I didn't realize his ECA was so ass that he's not even, like, he just, we were getting glass, like, just fucking completely demolished. And he did not help at all, so I had to swap him out for someone else. Now, unfortunately, that does mean that on this turn here, we do not have Kamehameha. So that is obviously a pretty decent thing to keep in mind. Also, we don't have our sort of HP gated buff, but we're using this as a sort of baseline turn, and then we'll come back around after this turn. I'll cut because it's gonna take another several turns to set everything up because I need to get Tech UI over here, and I need to get both Blue Kaioken as well as God Goku onto the other rotation. So it's gonna take a little bit. But this is just going to be our baseline turn to see what he's getting up to now. And let's just play it out. I do think he seems pretty good for what he is. He's definitely a little gimmicky. And, the HP sort of thing. But, I mean, he'd probably be in a really good spot if the new Kaioken Goku was like really good. I still think this guy's gonna get a lot of usage, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of characters that lose HP. It feels a little silly. Just point blank, it feels pretty silly. So I don't know about his overall usability, but there we are. So he's up to 100 mil. And then we go again, 101 mil. And can we get the additional super? Yes, we do. 102 million. Now, this is just the baseline turn. We don't even have, like, Kamehameha here. So that being considered, I do think he's actually looking pretty good here. Because, once again, we don't have any items up. We don't have the Gogeta active up. We don't have, the domain up. We are missing Kamehameha, which is a very important link, This is 10% attack when performing a super attack, which, it's quite a bit. So, I suppose we can just cut away here. Like I said, I do need to set it up again. I did want to show the sort of baseline turn, but because of how he works, usually I just, talk, this in-between turn, and then finish up with the item turn next turn, but it's, how many turns is it going to take to get this set up? Actually, it's probably going to be into the early, hundreds, something like that. So, it's going to be several turns here. So, I'll cut away. I'll be right back. Okay, here we are. I actually thought it'd take a few more turns, but still, definitely needed to cut away. Because, well, I suppose not necessarily needed to, but, I'm not going to have, 4 turns of nothing happen. I'm here for Blue Kaioken and Goku. Now, I did try to be aware, I don't know, of the orbs I was grabbing to at least give him one of these buffs. So we will be able to activate this first attack buff. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm not entirely sure how this works, if it can proc within the turn. So what I mean by that is we already have the second one, or the first one, however you want to call it. But this bottom line here, we should be able to lose enough HP within the turn, I think. If it can't activate mid-turn, but we'll see what happens, right? Well, actually, damn. No, we're gonna lose this, now that I think about it, because when we grab all those orbs from him, he's gonna heal a bunch. Okay, yeah, that's unfortunate. Also, one other thing I realized, we actually cannot get Kamehameha, which is definitely unfortunate, but this is sort of the best thing I can work with that actually can get to the end here. I really could not get, God Goku to the end, the other one. Okay, well, I suppose, at this point, we might as well just get going, and go into Gogeta. Do I have this on? I don't know if it's played yet today. Fuck it, let's just see what happens either way. Okay, I don't have it, I already played it today. That's fine. I'll just skip it both times then, there's no reason to not play the fusion and then play the active, right? Okay, now, the moment of truth, though, definitely is we need to see if I can get good luck with the orbs, of course. And let's see about that. I'll grab the int orbs. I mean, there's a lot of tech orbs, so. Alright, Goku, please. Okay. Now we need the physical and the tech. Damn it. Okay. It'd be like that. Alright, well, it looks like, because, I mean, this is nothing. 14? Yeah, there's no way. You know, if it's like in the, the 20s or something, I'll let it slide. But 14? No way. So I'm actually gonna have to cut away, play around with this sort of turn order a little bit. Although very unfortunate, because he has to be slot 3, so there's only certain ways I'll be able to change. I'll have to see if grabbing the tech orbs instead will be better for us. Because I don't think there's a lot of options, but we'll see what happens here. We'll be back either way. Okay, we are back yet again here. Now, I was playing around with this as much as I could. There's only so much I can really do when I have to have Blue Kaioken in, slot 7, or slot 3. So there's not too much things I can really change around. If you have certain characters in different slots, that can also, like, change it, right? So, but, like, I kind of have to have God Goku linked with him, so it's just kind of one of these scenarios where there's not much I can do. But I was able to get significantly more. I mean, we went from 14 orbs to 20. So like I said, as long as we have at least like 20, I'm happy with it. Missing the 3 does suck, but this should still be pretty good. We're gonna have the 20 orbs. We have the World Tournament announcer. We have 6 out of 7 links. We have the Gogeta active, right? We have the Tech UI domain. Like, it's Tom to cook. Which, by the way, he does get the extra 15% because he's Realm of God, so that's 30% attack from the domain. He's going to do a shit ton. Now, the only issue is, once again, I mean, we already are full health. I wasn't even thinking about Gogeta's heal, but even without Gogeta's heal, because this is when attacking, not like start a turn, grabbing, I mean, it's 20 AGL orbs. We'd heal anyway, so. Unfortunate, but it just, he is designed in such a way that there's not, he's not the best to be able to take advantage of all of his abilities in something like this, unfortunately. But I do think he'll still be good, and let's see. What do you got for us? Blue Kaioken Goku. I do really like his Super Easy, though, overall. I mean, this is genuinely, I did say at some point earlier, I'm pretty sure, on my first time using him. I do like him from a kid, at least. He does seem like he could be interesting to use, but I do worry about, I'm gonna try using him in some of these missions, or, like some of the Battle Hard and Formidable Foe that I still haven't done. I've been working at those, but there's been, the new content coming out, as well as I did want to, this is getting out later than I wanted to get it, but it'll still be more or less within the same, it's not going to be late into the next day by the time I get this out. It'll be early in the morning, so I suppose that's still good enough. I usually don't do them, within like a 24-hour span. I mean, they do take a while to do, but I did want to try and get them out and try to get back to doing them on schedule again. Okay, so there we go. 483 mil. We have another one coming. 489 mil. One more, come on. Damn! We did not hit the last one. Unfortunate. Oh, I mean, we got the additional, but not the super. Okay, so 489 mil. I mean, that is interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he'd be higher than that. I really did. Because 489 mil is quite a lot, but comparatively to a lot of the other characters we've done, I mean, that's I mean, even pre-10th anniversary, I mean, I had several characters breaking 600 mil, like Mickey Cabra or like Bojack or something, but okay, I mean, it is what it is. He's just weirdly designed. I did want to try doing him to see, how he is, because he is a new, well, he's not a new stacker per se. He already stacked, but he's quote unquote new content, a new release, quotes. He did just get a new awakening. So I figured it'd be worth giving him, a try here. Really unfortunate he did not. I genuinely expect him to be quite a bit higher than that, but I suppose expectations do not always. Well, I suppose these don't always go to expectations. I mean, I think Physical Beerus is honestly, if I remember correctly, one of my higher ones, and he only does like one super, and it's like a normal raise. But it just the way his kit is designed, and the support I gave him and stuff, it worked out really nicely. But I mean, there we go. We did still get it done. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit disappointed by his attack stat, but it is what it is at the end of the day, I suppose. I really thought he'd do more. It just, if he could have been running slot 2 for that additional super, we would have gotten so much more. I mean, technically speaking, I mean, I did show, well, I suppose I explained I didn't show per se, but it did actually, we got more stacks for floating him, but obviously if we could have run him in slot 2 and still got the guaranteed super, we would have got significantly more. I'm very confident, but it is what it is at the end of the day. But we can end this here. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Take care.